When I started the Master Principal Institute, I was working on my Ed Specialist degree at UCA. So, and it's a standards-based program aligned with the ISLIC standards. So a lot of the work that we did there aligned with what we were doing in the Leadership Academy. It's just on a district level. So that kind of opened my eyes to the fact that I really needed more training as a principal. And then when I got into the Leadership Academy, I could really tell that there were things that I needed to develop myself more as an instructional leader, especially because a lot of people can manage a building, but it's the time that you spend with students, the time you spend with teachers, the time you spend with looking at data that truly does make a difference in performance of school and teachers and growing teachers. Speaking of the Teacher Institute, I found out the first year that I was in the Master Principal Institute that I could send teachers. Every teacher that I have sent has moved on in their career to either be a specialist or to develop their skills and move into other areas. So that's another thing that makes me really proud, is that they embraced the change and the new practices and were willing to grow. They've either become National Board Certified or a specialist or moved on in their career. So seeing the success of people that you mentor and that you help grow is another reward from it. But I really did need to go back. I had been an administrator for about 9 years, 6 as an assistant and 3 as a principal when I entered. So it was time for me to move and grow and learn and develop more professionally.
When I became principal at Meadow Park Elementary in North Little Rock, one of the things that really touched me was the fact that the data results were that the kids were performing like in the 18th percentile. And I thought, these can't be forgotten kids. These kids can learn. And I was really surprised that people were allowing them to fail. Those kids should not be allowed to fail. And they want to learn. And I looked in their faces every day and I thought, we're failing these kids. And then I really started getting this drive. And I decided that no longer would these kids fail. And because of the little knowledge that I had, I worked hard, but I don't think I worked as smart. When I became a part of the Leadership Academy, it said to me, focus your work, determine what the problem is, diagnose it, and write a prescriptive plan. And that's what the Leadership Academy did for me. When I left a couple of years ago, about 20 months ago, the kids were performing in the 80th percentile. So it wasn't just me, but I got a great staff. The Leadership Academy taught me that we have to have people in our building who really care about kids, who really understand that we cannot make excuses. And so one of the things, I got rid of a lot of people who wanted to make excuses, people who thought kids couldn't learn. Those people could no longer be a part of our team. Leadership Academy taught me what a leadership team really meant. And what that leadership team means is that we are going to lead our kids to success, no matter where they came from, no matter what color their skin was, no matter what their parents did or where they were, whether they were in prison or whether it was a one-parent home or whether the grandparents were raising them. Those kids had to have a chance. And poverty to me is, education is the hand out of poverty. That's what it is. If you get a good education, get a good job, you can be out of poverty. And so we became people who said we were going to break that cycle of poverty for our kids. And so the data results showed the hard work that we put forth, the tools that the Leadership Academy gave me to use. And I said, okay, I'm going to try this. And I wanted to work, because after year 1, I started trying the tools that the Leadership Academy gave me. And they started working, and I thought, okay, I'm going back for year 2. And those worked, and I went back for year 3. And I would have designated had I not gotten this job. But my data results showed that everything that I was taught, that I implemented from the Leadership Academy, that worked, the results showed in my kids. Not only did it show in my kids, but it showed in my teachers. My teachers got on board with all of this. And so the Teacher Academy, the Leadership Academy for principals, and I hope we take it on a little further and have Leadership Academy for central office administrators, because we definitely need it. It made us smarter. And you know what it made us do? made us believe in our kids. It made us say, these are the tools that work, and the Leadership Academy gave me all that. And so I'm grateful. I mean, I'm better, and I can get a lot better, so I feel like, and it's still happening. You know, one thing that I really learned at the Academy was sustainability and taking things to scale. Those were the two big pieces that I really implemented. And not only did I take it to scale, but in the last 2 years that I've been at central office, the kids at Meadow Park Elementary are still performing well. And we are not, we're making AYP, and we are not in school improvement. And so I feel like a leader can go to the Leadership Academy, take what they learn, implement it, get their teachers on board with the tools that they possess from what I taught them from the Leadership Academy, and that'll equal success for their kids.